toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Sooner Nation in Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. On the ground, it's Tatum. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. And this passing game has them calling Boomer and answering Sooner again.
And they're starting to get this crowd jacked up and this crowd riled up. And listen, they love their team. And, dude, think about all the success Oklahoma has had over the years. Different casts of characters. But one thing they always have, offensive success.
Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
They'll go to the toss. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Well, this is a running back that gets stronger as the game goes on, and they try to get him going early on the toss play race.
And if we start stretching the defense sideways, sometimes a little vulnerable in the middle later in the game.
Yeah, that might open an opportunity for a play action. Maybe fake the toss and see if you can get a tight end or a slot receiver down the middle of the field.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Man, you can't draw it up any better than that. First possession, force a third down. You want to shut the home crowd up, sack the quarterback, create some momentum. Now you're getting the football back to your offense, probably with great field position.
He's got great speed. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Back to throw, it's Underwood. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
And he gets home again, continuing his production. Last week, 2 sacks. This week, already a sack in the first half. This guy has been on a sack tear.
Wants to fire on second down. Pocket breaking down. Still running at the 40. Turning it on. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
This quarterback is so good at creating. When plays break down, when things aren't perfect, he has the ability to buy time, use his athleticism, and torch a defense, and he did it right there with his legs.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Sooner offense returns to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Pressure coming. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Caught behind the line. It's Tatum. A 6-yard pickup that leaves them with 3rd and 4.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, if you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Unloads to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Marsh. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give to the back. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Bought a little time, lets it go. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield.
And listen, that's not a surprise. Obviously, they want to throw the football on 3rd down and try to get a first down, but it got absolutely nowhere. Great job by the defense, rallying up and actually getting a tackle for a loss.
It's Underwood. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Timing has to be so good. You're throwing at his own defense over the middle of the field. The ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great touchdown! Oklahoma! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese. And you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Off-play action on first down. Dances away. Looking for his man in the middle. He's got it along the sideline. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
They're dealing with a second and long. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Bringing the heat. He'll try to do it himself.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on third down. Gives it to the back on the draw. Breaks the tackle. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14.
Draws and screens are a great way to slow down really aggressive pass rushers. It allows the defensive ends and the defensive tackles to run upfield. The offensive linemen kind of push them upfield, go down to the next level, try to sneak in a big play.
And the Wolverines are on the move. Give to the running back. Nice move to pick up yardage. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give the...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wolverines. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Thomas. They make the stop, but not before he wraps up this first period with a huge gain. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Right downfield. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Really nice job threading the needle on that pass. They've had a lot of dudes that were able to do that in Norman, Oklahoma. Josh Heupel, Jason White, Sam Bradford, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts. The names go on and on and on. hurting you in the passing game with their vision, with their accuracy. This guy, I tell you, he fits right in this Oklahoma offense.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Right back to him on the ground. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
After the strong run on 2nd down, 3rd down coming. Do they do it again? Quarterback making checks. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. There is little that warms the heart of a defender like a strip sack, even better if you get the ball.
And I like the awareness of this defender on the play because he knew he might not actually get to the quarterback and make the hit, but he was able to still swat away.
He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Michigan! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
That is exactly what most offenses will do. Big momentum play. My defense creates a turnover. I'm being aggressive. I'm going for the big score, the big play down the field. They get rewarded. They get the big passing touchdown.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Thomas. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Oklahoma offense will go back to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah.
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. He's a one-man wrecking crew on this defensive front. This is the type of performance that can etch you in Wolverine lore forever.
Yeah, and it's a great lore to be etched in. Obviously, year after year, you see so many dominant guys in the trenches, and this is how it's done. You stop the run first, you get them in passing situations, pin your ears back, and go put your name in those record books.
Flushed out of the pocket. Makes the grab on the right. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field.
And that had to be a coverage bust on defense. There is no rhyme or reason why a receiver should be that wide open, that deep down the field. Defense, they better check themselves.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Here's the pressure. Blasted as he lets it go.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
They just keep firing. Going for it all. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a 4th down stop.
That is great job by this defense, coming up big on 4th down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on 4th down.
Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the 1st down. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts, as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart. He's right now taking the field thinking about all the great memories he shared with his teammates, with his family, with the fans during his time. But he's got a job.
Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Wolverines. He got loose, and it was lights out after that. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed. Look at the elusiveness. Get into the end zone. Nice run.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Find some fresh air. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long, ball's at the 25. Quarterback may change this route. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They are getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
He'll field the punt and take it back. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Quarterback adapting. He's open on the right. That's where they'll mark him. A very productive play and a 1st down.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Gerbach or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Griese, guys that could hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket, surveying the field, reading defenses, and making quick decisions. This guy has the ability to do all of those things.
Now on 1st down from the 40. Looking to throw on 1st down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Complete to the left. Brought down at the 25-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup, and this offense is threatening. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Cobb. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
The Wolverines now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Stewart. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And the Wolverines are facing 3rd and inches. They'll try to power their way ahead. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it up to 12. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
The Wolverines pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. To the ground. He's got it again. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Tight end finds a soft spot. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Michigan.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
Number 35, set to kick this one away.
Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? On the move, it's Tatum. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Brings up second down.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Sooners will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They've been dominated. Now they'll try to execute to their own standard. They keep it on the ground to open the third. Get some work done there. Pick up a 4 to the 22. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Sends it back in motion. On the option. Now the pitch. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
Looking for a man. It's Underwood. He'll get rid of it. And the deflection by the defense. Great play on third down brings us to 4.
Man, that's a big stop on this first drive. That's got to energize this defense. They didn't have a great first half. Let's just call it what it is. They could have done a lot better. But to come out, make some adjustments, get a stop on this first possession, that's a good sign for this defense.
Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Might be changing the route. Motion from the wideout. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Looking to buy time. Going to try to get it himself. And a flag comes in as this one falls incomplete. Let's see what the call is. So he just lost track of where the line of scrimmage was. The illegal forward pass will wave off the play. Penalty will be accepted. Now on second down. Wants to go up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Tatum. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Starting to feel a little pressure. Rolling right and going deep. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're fourth and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Takes a hit as he fires. And make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football on this fourth down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
Wants to throw. It's Underwood. It's complete to the right. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. And the Wolverines in the hurry-up.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Finds his tight end. Breaks into the open. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball. But great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it. And the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9.
And man, does he keep you honest. Just a guy that can run the football, that can make plays with his legs. You've seen it throughout the day. Listen, this wasn't a big play, but it can be death by 1,000 cuts. He just continues to scramble, make plays, make you defend his feet for a whole game.
They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Quarterback keeper. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Week to week, it's so tough to figure the ACC, which is why this one is notable. Florida State is down, but they are not out of it. Not there inside Doak Campbell Stadium, one of the more special places to watch a game in all of college football. They're trailing by just 4.
Touchdown, Sooners! The hidden yardage, the big plays, special teams coming through. No guts, no glory. Caught it in the end zone. Didn't hesitate for a millisecond to take that thing back, and boy, did it pay off.
And this is why kickoff returns are so exciting. There's so much space between you and the other team flying down the field. The only time you're going to be provided that much space, and you can tell he knew what to do with that space. Kicked on the Jets by definition.
And he's going to bring this one out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. To the air, it's Underwood. Just tried to drop a little floater in there, and it's incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. He's got an open man. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a 1st down.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Gets it out quickly. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a 1st down.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays. You better change your looks up and try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Just a short pass to the tight end. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Defense in press coverage. Motion from the wide receiver. from the gun, running back on the move. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28. Expect some pressure coming from the blitz. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. Chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on second down. To the air. It's Underwood. Under fire. Sweet cut there. And they'll knock him down.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
And the Wolverines are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. Handoff to the fullback. He breaks the tackle. He didn't get it. Not only that, he lost yardage.
Offense trying to go pitch and trying to get to the outside, but how about the speed on defense? Scraping down the line of scrimmage, rallying to the football, and creating a negative play.
They've already converted a fourth down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the wideout. Makes a catch. First down and maybe a lot more. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. The Wolverines have it in scoring position on first and goal. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. Fitted in the window for the score. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the Oak.
Coming out with it, it's Thomas. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being...
There he goes! And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
Great job, too, by the QB there. Holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He fires one deep down the right side. Makes a grab for a big play. He goes out of bounds right at the 30-yard line, and suddenly you are operating in plus territory. The Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Throws to the wideout. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
It's just been frustrating to watch the inconsistency of this guy at QB, man. You've got to be able to stay in rhythm in an offense and stay ahead of schedule. And he's had a moment and he threw a touchdown pass, but more consistency, more finding the open guys, delivering it to them, and keeping this offense on schedule.
Looking for a gap. It's Tatum. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing.
Unleashes one deep. Throw to the end zone, picked off. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Looking down the left side. He's got it inside the 30. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the fourth quarter. They're letting their guys go play. The entire playbook is open to them, and they're taking shots.
That's caught. It's Stewart. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
Cricket. Here comes the option. Now the pitch. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And with this touchdown, man, you got to get a little bit excited. Getting your first win of the season. The first 2 weeks has not gone how you wanted it to go. But today, put a good game together. Offense now scoring this last touchdown. Defense go out, hold on, don't make big mistakes, and you got your first dub of the season.
Inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Creates a little room. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
I'll tell you, you're lucky if you're watching a college football game and you see one return for a touchdown. That's now his second of the game. This guy is absolutely lethal. He's shown you his open field running ability. He's shown you his speed. I'll be shocked if anybody kicks his way the rest of this game and the rest of the season.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Comes the Michigan offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's...
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
This has been a bit of the story of this game so far, is this quarterback's running ability and whether or not the defense can stop them. They got the play there. They were able to get a sack, rally to him, and get one of the faster quarterbacks you'll see in college football down on the ground. This guy already has over 40 rushing yards in this game, so he has had some success, but I think a big key now moving forward is how does this defense stop him?
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. It's complete. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. And the Wolverines will have it 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
And I tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
Looking to pass. It's Underwood. Quickly out to the tight end. A big play. Gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44. In that loss last week, he just never got comfortable. Threw 3 picks, but much better today.
Much better taking care of the football. Listen, being the leader, he made the one mistake, but did a good job moving on from it, leading this offense, and ultimately...
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. The Wolverines have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Forced out of the pocket. Now he's looking into the middle. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here's the return from inside the 25. Nice return there, and he'll be dragged down at the 34. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. They'll start this drive going to the air. He wants a big play here late. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. And Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find themselves in a hole, but I love the aggressive nature. Keep taking shots. Keep trying to claw your way back into this one.
Fires toward the end zone. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. To the air, it's Underwood. Trying to burn this defensive back. Makes the grab on the shot. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the 4th quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive, pedal to the metal.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. Now he's going to break the pocket. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. And the Wolverines will hustle to the line. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Throwing on the run. He's got it in the end zone for another touchdown, and this is a full-fledged beatdown.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
And right down the middle. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. They stop the return right there, and that will do it. This one is in the books. When you know you have a team outclassed, The ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
And I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we